I think we have one.
All right, on the left side on Izzet Cutter, we have Dave Kaplan, and on the right we have Adam on Teamer Delver. So 2 different tempo decks that are relevant in the current metagame.
It's like either side merch or like the hubcaps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'll take the play.
Totally.
Sounds like Dave is taking the play. AJ Potato with a great question. Chris, next week you sit across a player who goes on and on about how Final Fantasy VI is better than Final Fantasy VII. What do you do? Call a judge. You know what? I don't even know what Final Fantasy game I played for a couple of weeks when I was a little kid. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I'll tell them, you know what? That sounds exciting and interesting. You keep going. You do you. Hamadine, thank you for the resale with Prime. 24 months. That's 2 years. Excited for more great streams content. Thank you. Thank you. Mishra's Bobble for Kaplan here. We couldn't do it without our members, and anytime someone hits a 1 year, 2 year anniversary for being a member of 90s MTG, I feels it. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with us.
Chicken. Screw it away.
Sticking with me, I guess. Ponder is happening.
House. Draw for ball.
That was really annoying. I kept that.
Tropical Island for Adam. Delver of Secrets. Card still relevant in 2025.
No, I don't. Yeah. Plus, like, sure.
Last turn.
Veil Summon. Oh, Veil Summon was well.
Power accrete people in shambles as this game unfolds.
Like I remember someone.
Look at all these old cards.
Like what is bridge of the
I'm fetching a response.
what bridge?
No.
Like bridge from below dust if you cast it.
Oh,
Stone Cold nothing.
Yeah.
Three black devotion.
Okay, here's a brainstorm for Dave. I was chatting with some friends at the LGS a couple of weeks ago or something about how this really happened to me. Someone I was talking to mentioned like, yeah, I was playing Delver in Standard, and I'm thinking like, and they mentioned some other card. I'm like, wow, that card was legal back then? Wow. They were talking about like 3 years ago, not however long ago was first Innistrad. I felt so old. I was like, oh, crap. I forgot Delver was in Standard again. I'm thinking this person played so long ago, but it was like 3 years ago. Here's Mishra's Bobble.
It's a 3.
Bobble you.
I think I said something like, oh, yeah, I wasn't playing back then. They were like, oh, okay. I meant like 15 years ago.
Yep, sounds good.
Just a funny moment. Dragon's Rage Channeler comes in.
It's delirious, right?
Yes.
Drop.
It is Delirious. The Delirium mechanic, right, everybody?
Misrise Village.
There's Mistrise Village. Adam's been playing this one to some success.
Your next spell you cast can't be counted.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then I'll pass turn.
Kind of an unexpected card in the Delver package, I would say. Dragon's Rage Channeler gets in. It has to attack.
Yeah.
All right. Now 6 power flyers on the board. Ponder, Surveil. Graveyard filling up. A Murktide might like that later. Urza's Bobble dumped into the yard. Along with a Daze. That could be a tell if you're Adam that we're up against a Cutter deck. I don't know that the players sat down across from each other knowing what each other were on for this.
Okay.
Straight.
Wasteland.
Yep.
Gain 3.
Oh, yeah.
So now Kaplan has a Wasteland.
At the end of your turn, cast.
Yeah.
End step Brainstorm getting fired off. Might try to flip this Delver. Kaplan's Wasteland waiting. Could hold on to it to have mana open to play around a Daze. We'll see what happens here.
these two back on top.
Oh, wait, search.
3.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, extra 3.
All right, goes after the Tropical Island. Tropical Island destroyed. Ponder revealed on top. Insectile Aberration is online. Will it stay back on defense, I wonder? So now Adams... Okay, well, a volcanic island. I was going to say Mistrise is the only land in play. It was, till a moment ago.
I will
Here's gets exiled.
pass turn.
All right, Insectile Aberration will stay back on defense. That makes sense. Not going to race these double DRCs very well. Only 2 cards in the graveyard for Adam, too, so we're a little bit a ways off from Delirium or Murktide.
Yes.
Yep.
Kaplan fetching here. Gets a Volk.
Play Emperor Bones. I'll exile What is the 2 mana?
I don't know.
Triggers. Yep.
Trying to bold Insectile Aberration. That'll happen. Surveil.
Play this. I'll waste your value.
Dump to Steam Vents. Dump to Force of Will. Makes sense. Attacking for 6 now.
6/6.
These DRCs are going to hit hard.
Yep.
And a Delver now, so potentially next turn 9 power on the board. End step bolting a DRC.
Play a Ponder.
Sure.
Yeah.
So now a Ponder for Adam. There's a chance Delver flips next turn. Attack for 6. Okay, Mishra's Bauble's gonna take a look. Look like a basic island on top of the library, so this Delver might not flip.
8.
And I will pass turn. Drawing your upkeep. Yep.
Draw.
Yep.
All right, Delver does not flip. Attacking for 4 though. Another bolt on DRC.
Blue. 8. Trigger DRC.
A Daze to protect DRC.
Yeah.
I
It's
will
from anywhere, right? It's, I mean,
pitch Delver
it has a finality
Secrets to
counter,
cast
so when it's
Force of Will.
Yeah.
gets exiled. So I guess
Oh,
if
so this is exile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a Force of Will pitching Delver to protect Bolt.
Well, I guess I did. Oh yeah, you did that. Okay. It doesn't.
It seems like this DRC is going to die.
Take 1.
Okay, Adam takes 1. Managed to get rid of the 2 Dragon's Rage Channelers. Will Adam pay the price for letting that DRC last turn get through for damage before bolting it? Adam now has enough cards in the graveyard to potentially make a Murktide.
Cast Ponder.
Okay, another Ponder here.
Oh, you had it actually. Just realized. So it's just me who got really cold.
Shuffle.
Yeah.
Although you're wearing shorts.
I have.
I don't believe you.
Delver of Secrets on Kaplan's side. Could potentially flip. Adam's at 9. Zincompence of 3 damage. Once you go below 10 life, can get a little scary.
Preordain.
Yeah.
Scry 2.
Preordain.
Draw.
Left both of them on top. Interesting.
Blue lane for turn. Wasteland, one of your volcanic islands.
Floater blue.
Yep. My second name is.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
Okay, played a Wasteland, went after a Volk. Force of Will revealed on top. Insectile Aberration online. Gonna fetch away that Force of Will now. And the life counter thing is going a little haywire.
I'll take a good look at some banging bags.
Oh man, technology.
Yeah. In this corner?
Yeah, the bottom left, yeah.
Thanks.
I fixed it. It's a little hard to see the little buttons on the bottom. No big deal. Thank you. I'm getting a good job, Chris, in the chat.
Take 3, down to 6.
Forward attack.
Yeah.
Me brainstorm.
Yeah.
Okay, before attacks, brainstorm.
Okay.
Kick with a great question. Chris, what have you been playing in Legacy recently? So I've been switching back and forth between a couple of different decks recently. I've been playing blue decks like Grixis and Beanstalk. I've been playing Initiative, and I've been playing Maverick. At least in our local meta, Maverick pretty good at the moment. Been picking up some wins with that deck.
There's no point in boarding.
Yeah.
Thinking too hard about boarding against a rogue deck.
Yeah.
That's close, but not.
Full size.
Yeah. 5.
Okay, Force of Will on the Murktide. Days to protect it. It seems like Murktide is in. 8/8 Murktide for Adam. That could be huge here, needless to say.
Normal fantasy cards.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Although I didn't find anything.
Oh, wait, what happened? Did I miss another copy of Force of Will? Oh, was Dave just able to pay? Oh, I totally missed that. My bad.
And do you still have Delirious?
Yeah.
All right, the Murktide was countered then. ZKG says, I'm mostly a modern player, but Legacy always looks super fun. Everyone tells me it's a dying format. Is that true? Everyone tells you it's a dying format? Mr. Arch, thank you for the resub. 27 months and some bagels in the chat. Thank you.
I did. You know, it was the.
All right, looks like Kaplan took game 1.
Okay.
Field restricts yourself?
Lord, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. You might see Lord's name up on the top left of the screen now.
Good to
Keep.
Am I good? Sure. For what?
Everyone is telling this person Legacy is a dying format.
Island. Delver Secrets.
I don't know.
Last turn.
Basic Island, Delver of Secrets.
So that's it? Yeah. No, there's no such thing as friendly.
Yep.
I don't know. No, I don't find that. That's
Until you draw.
no.
Let's play DRC or Volcanic Island. Play Dragon Rage. Sure. Faster.
All right, a Bolt removed a Delver. Now a Dragon's Rage Channeler for Adam. Lord says Legacy is great and healthy. Lord with a beautiful, beautiful new badge in the chat. 1,000 bits.
I gain 3. Yep, I'm at 20. I'll attack you for 3 then. I'm at 7. Wasteland.
Brainstorm. Trigger.
Okay, a Bolt, Brainstorm in response, Surveil.
I mean, it's not like a surveyor, right? Yeah. Control free.
And then resolve the brainstorm.
Yep. Go. Well, yeah, I guess if you want. Yeah, you wait.
On a serious note, like people want to compare. If people want to compare, like the amount of people that log in and play Legacy on MTGO per week, and the amount of people that show up to Legacy events in person, and compare that to 15 years ago, back when this and that was happening. There were SCGs every weekend or whatever. Maybe there are less Legacy players now, but Legacy is still one of the most played Magic formats. It's still like in. I mean, how many formats are included in the ban and restricted announcement, right?
Yeah.
And you're good to.
It's not that many formats, so I don't know. It's fine.
How many cards do you have?
4.
It's like it depends on what span of time we're talking about. Like, is the Earth dying? Too real, maybe. Is the sun dying?
Steel cutter.
Corey Steel Cutter, folks. Get excited.
Results.
Bobble. Trigger.
Yep. Oh, man, the steel cutter. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Adam missed the clues in game 1. This is a cutter deck.
Let's see.
Taller Eric barges in, says the worst part about showing up late is missing the intro music. Yeah, has everyone watching heard the 90s MTG intro music yet?
Yeah, all the time.
I'll attempt to petty theft it.
The
The
token.
token.
Yes.
Okay, the monk gets bounced by petty theft.
And 6 seconds.
ZKG says, no disrespect, genuine question. Legacy is not in the Pro Tour circuit, so it's purely to play random tournaments. Yeah, I mean, it's not in the Pro Tour circuit, and honestly, no disrespect taken. You know, I could be walking down the street and someone be like, Legacy sucks, and I'm going to be like, okay. Whatever.
Greece and Zenith, I guess. I'm gonna follow you. Okay. Oh.
Look like a brainstorm on top of the deck. Rolling MTG in the chat.
Okay.
Taller Eric wondering if that happens to me often. It does, actually. It does. I'm walking down the street and people just yell Magic the Gathering stuff at me.
Cast Brainstorm.
Yeah.
If I don't cast this,
Mr. Bip says it's only not in the Pro Tour because of the reserve list. I think there are other reasons. I think, you know, cards like Animate Dead, Sylvan Library, etc. Some of the older cards, the gameplay they provide is not what Magic wants to be, etc.
Put these 2 on top.
Yeah.
also,
Pink, absolutely right. Legacy was a mistake. That's the best take we've seen so far on today's stream.
it's exhausting being bad at Magic.
It's already bad enough.
And so,
I'm going to attempt a Hydroblast.
chill out.
Going after the cutter, they had to make artifacts have colors now, and it gets hydroblasted. Thanks a lot, Wizards.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
so.
just looking for things to like.
I'm going to play land per turn,
I think go to face.
and then I'm going to cast
Maybe
the Dragon's Rage
Yeah, I
Shard,
like those better. Which ones?
and I'm going to pass the turn.
Oh, what? Those ones are bad. Basically, anything really
I just couldn't find.
Go.
So now a Dragon's Rage Channeler on Adam's side.
Just 1.
I think the.
He is,
Brazen Bar on an adventure.
Yep.
Probably.
Cast some Murktide.
Yep.
Murktide Regent, folks. Have you seen this card?
Well, and then I gave it 5.
2.
Maybe it's 6. Maybe it's 7. Kaido was gone. I got rid of Kaido.
yeah. You still can put the Kaido?
And I'll cast it over.
Yep.
All right, here's the Delver. El Tassi says, TBH, Magic was a mistake. We could all be productive members of society if it didn't exist. Sorry, cancer research. I got a cube. Oh, man.
We have 2 now.
Sure.
Brilliant minds wasted trying to figure out the legacy meta, basically.
That's pre-game trigger.
Sure.
Now it's on top. Scry. Scry 2. I'll bottom this one.
Yeah.
You need this one on top, and I'll draw this.
Sure.
Okay, preordain. One top, one bottom. 5/5 Murktide on Kaplan's side. Murktide.
Oh. Draw card.
Alright.
Turn. Power Blast the dragon.
All right, took down the dragon with a pyroblast. Things are happening.
Move to combat.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
Treat it.
Pink says, imagine the lasagna burning in the oven because you're watching 90s MTG stream. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Be careful.
Marvel.
Yep.
Fetch.
Yep.
Good.
I thought about attacking, but
Move to combat.
Yeah.
His race channeler swinging away. Delver hasn't flipped. Mishra's Bobble going to take a look. Maybe be able to stack some triggers here. We have a fetch. It's likely this Delver will find a way.
First.
Yeah.
Pyroblast reveal, not bad. Obviously, as of right now, this Insectile Aberration loses the race, but yep, there's a Brazen Borrower. But it could eventually play some good defense.
before I had swords. Although I didn't have anything, because I kept
combat?
like battle.
Dragon's Range Channeler gets through again. Pyroblast on the Brazen Borrower. Oh, I guess we knew about the Pyroblast, right? I kind of lost track. Things are happening kind of quickly. Well, the fairy died.
I'm going to make my next spell uncounterable.
I'll be on the play.
I'm going to cast Petty Theft, which is good.
Okay, Mistrise Village gets some use here. Petty Theft, it can't be countered. Insectile Aberration gets bounced. Interesting. Gets replayed. Plays a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I believe Kaplan has Delirium.
I have creature artifact instant. I do not.
Okay, no Delirium. Creature Artifact instant, it turns out. I mean, Crack in the Misty gives us Delirium, it sounds like.
For 3.
Fetch.
Yep.
All right, looks like that's the plan. Monka TG arrives in the chat. Say hello to Monka, everybody.
Block.
Oh, nice.
Adam didn't see that play. So it looks like the DRC is my trade here.
Can I can respond. It's my priority, right? No?
Yeah, we can be more clear about what's going on. So this is before blocks.
Got it.
I fetch.
Yeah.
Go to blocks.
Got it. Brainstorm trigger.
Okay, so before blocks, maybe Kaplan moved too quickly here. We're seeing a brainstorm before blocks. Maybe going to try and remove this DRC.
I'll leave these two, or
Yeah.
I'll put these two on top.
I'm gonna regret probably.
Alright, so we'll bolt the DRC.
Yeah. Here goes 6.
All right, it gets bolted. And then Insectile Aberration gets through.
Pass turn.
Lord, with the great question, is Mistrise Village the new mirror breaker for Delver? Adam's been having a good time with it.
Go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep.
You decide.
Move to combat.
Yes.
Attack for 3.
Kaplan drops down to 3.
How many cards in hand? 2.
Running out of time.
Counterable.
Yeah.
Cast Murktide Agent.
Murktide can't be countered.
3, 4, 5.
It's pretty gross. AJ Potato says there's too much tempo in this match.
Yep.
You know what? I'm feeling the tempo. I'm feeling the tempo. Tempo, by the way, a thing that I definitely know what it is, and so do the people in the chat. They know exactly what tempo means.
And that has life points.
Mr. Bips with a great suggestion. Should we get a tempo meter? I think that would be helpful.
One too many lands.
Yeah, I was just holding
Definitely
this.
land with your boom, and here's a chance.
I know.
Okay, it sounds like we're moving on to game 3.
This doesn't happen with these decks because we have so much selection or whatever.
Players had some matches over energy there. Kind of threw me off. But we're moving on to game 3. Taller Eric says, can you please follow up this tempo mirror with a combo mirror? Very interesting request. You know what, Taller Eric? Unfortunately for you, people love tempo. When Magic players see tempo, they go crazy. Okay, Scalding Tarn gets cracked. Game 3 is underway. Ponder. Yeah, Roland pointing out we could see Questing Druids out of this teamer deck. Joe Retro hoping for a Stax mirror. You know what? Can Stax decks tempo?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, that's good too.
Sorry about the volume.
Down on there.
Good.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep this.
Instant.
Yeah, I think Tanglewire invented tempo too. I think so.
Follow you. Yep. Pass.
Okay, Mishra's Bobble does its thing.
Wait, DRC.
Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Getting dazed, it sounds like. It's countered.
Then I'll pass there. Yep.
Good.
Draw.
Okay, then a Wasteland. Seeing some tempo stuff happening for sure. Thundering Fall, Surveil. There was a lot of tempo happening just now. Did you people feel like I felt it? I felt it.
Yep.
Get a wasteland and take a move.
It feels good, honestly. I feel good right now. I'm liking today's stream.
Yeah, we can.
Maybe we'll post this one on YouTube.
You're good.
Good.
What's that? Upkeep, draw.
Do you think people will watch this later on YouTube, or is it not worth it? I don't know.
I'll play Mistrise Village.
Yep.
There's that damn village again. That's what Kaplan's thinking right now.
Oh, yes.
Draw.
We're just a week away from every freaking Legacy game having towns and saga creatures and tiered spells. I'm not ready.
Results. Yeah.
So now Adam has a Delver. Kaplan resolving a Ponder. We knew about that basic island earlier. Yeah, golden chocobos or whatever. I don't even know. I was checking my tweet history. I don't remember posting that I wanted a Final Fantasy set.
Good to meet you. Thank you for the mat.
There's a Daze. Dragon's Rage Channeler countered. Brainstorm revealed. Delver flips. There's so much tempo happening right now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Take care, man.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Safe travels, fellow saints. Maybe we'll see you Friday at Michael's. Maybe we'll see you Saturday. If you're not. Yeah, and say honeymoon, congratulations. Do that?
Sure.
I'll play Thundering Falls. Surveil.
Yeah.
All right, getting to surveil the second time with that Thundering Falls. Dumps a Daze into the graveyard. Daze losing some value in this game. As it gets a little later.
After
But there's like also like 4 boxes, 4 grass.
steel cutter. Onto the elemental blast.
Trying to blue elemental blast a Corey Steel Cutter. Hydroblast and Blue Blast getting a bit valuable in our current local meta, as a bunch of local players are trying to jam these Tarkir equipments into various blue fair decks. Trying to counter it on the stack here and prevent some monks.
One challenge with it on that side.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I totally messed up by not like sacking earlier and blowing up by you.
That's fair.
So it seems like Kaplan's going to fetch in response to blue elemental blast.
Because right now it's like under the mono black shell.
Right.
Mono black aggro shell. I feel like it's just a bad mono black deck that way.
Oh, was that 3 games?
Yeah, that was true.
Who's taking the city by home?
Oh, Wonder Brothers. Yeah.
Luckily,
Pyroblast over.
it's not too far. luckily.
Pyroblasting Insectile Aberration here. And Corey Steel Cutter will be countered. Okay.
Those are interesting games, I thought.
So both players lost their non-land permanents, I guess?
No.
I feel like I should have just removed it. Like put like the
Pass turn.
Yeah, because
Well, Adam has the Misrise Village advantage on the current board, I guess.
Like if you just turn 1 on the play Dark Ritual combo, I can't do anything.
Okay, trying another Corey Steel Cutter. Does Adam have a way to stop it? No. Brainstorm. Triggers the flurry, I guess. Makes a monk.
I mean, this dude's going to do what it's going to do anyway. You get
Even
the
late game.
Penumbra,
Even late game.
yeah, you just stop that game.
Cutter.
I think I should.
Okay, a braid on the cutter. Kaplan will still get the monk. OG monk token, it looks like.
I brought in Mind Sensor. I don't even know if you search. You have no search.
I mean, I have like the Petulance. Better than
I just took
nothing.
out Script Ranger because it does nothing.
Yeah.
And then I brought out.
Well, I guess you get 2 night activations. I guess between Scrib Ranger and Collector, I would choose Scrib Ranger just because getting 2 night activations.
Brainstorm resolving here. Look at that OG monk token, folks. Have you shown respect for the game like Kaplan is right now?
Oh, you were okay.
Later.
Have you thanked Richard Garfield for everything he's done for us? By having proper tokens in your deck box?
Go ahead. Okay. 2 cards in hand? Yep. At the end of your turn, I'll cast Brainstorm.
Yeah.
The old end step Brainstorm. So an Abrade blew up the cutter, which was huge. A countered cutter earlier in this game. Adam has successfully cut off the cutters in this match.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna play next week. I don't get cards. Oh
Cast
good.
Ponder.
I want to see that deck.
Ponder. Ping says, I just play Warping Whale and Mystic Forge. Oh, yeah, I forget what the modes are on Warping Whale, I'm embarrassed to say. I played that card quite a bit in Modern.
15 or 20 now.
Really?
Yeah, they dropped a
Take
lot.
this
There's one
one.
ring up and the modern, so you can. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. They were like $50 at one point. Yeah. I don't know if they tested it.
Chain Lightning going after the token. Okay. Using Warping Whale as a counter spell. Makes sense. Makes sense. What creatures can you exile with it? I guess like Painter and...
That card is really cool, though. It's really cool. I do side it out a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. It's very like.
Bowlmaster, that's true.
Any deck that plays both, I side it out. Yeah. But against like fair decks.
Unsure about the Chain Lightning on the Monk. Might have held on to that, but Kaplan has 2 Volks, so maybe worried about it getting bounced back later in the game.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. But you have the Silver Spawns, you have the Barrogoids.
I'm usually not a big fan of bolting a token like that. We'll see how this plays out. Murktide on the stack. No Bands in Core, Cephalid Illusionist, Tameo. That's true. Yeah, Warping Well hits quite a bit. Pink making a good point.
I've been very impressed by Shield.
Go ahead.
I just want to use my foil spatial contortions, chat.
Agreed.
Spell retard.
You know, people are like,
My next spell can't be countered.
Like, Children is awesome.
Next spell can't be countered. Power Blast on Murktide. The Mistrise Village, folks. It's looking pretty cool here.
It's like,
And then I will pass the
yeah,
turn.
exactly. Yeah, and, you know, here,
That was pretty cool.
bounce it with Caracas or whatever. I don't know. It's just,
I'm the only one excited. Brainstorm.
just somewhat, yeah, especially they're all local. Maybe I don't know about MTGO because like a lot of that's in Texas or whatever. There's one prominent D&T player that this year challenges Yoshi Watanabe. Yeah.
Delver.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, Kaplan plays a Delver, then passes a turn. Flooded Strand could change the top of the deck at some point. Upkeep.
My job, so. Oh shit! Just on Funcation or whatever.
AJ Potato says, I blacked out for a second. That was too much tempo. All right, maybe take a break, AJ. You're getting worked up.
That's one card. Just to take it easy. Whatever I want. That's good. Good for you. That's good. For you.
Get
I know that feeling.
low on time.
I don't know.
Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna cast Brainstorm.
You know what? Sometimes you just.
This is still your upkeep?
Yeah, my upkeep. Sure. Okay.
Still upkeep Brainstorm. What does that mean?
I'll take this and I'll put these two on top.
That's a lot of stress off.
Draw.
Yeah.
You just have to worry about you.
Okay, that was weirdly resolved like a ponder. I'm not sure what's happening. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay.
And ones that are like,
Pass turn.
cats. Yeah.
Go bolt.
We don't have kids like that.
Bolt revealed. Insectile Aberration. Go after the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Brainstorm in response to Lightning Bolt. Surveil land into the yard. Also resolving this one like a ponder. Maybe players are getting crunched for time.
This dies.
Or the issue I don't want to make it their idea.
Good.
You know,
Untap,
just 'cause I
upkeep.
remember when
Insectile Aberration gets in.
my older cousins were
Probably
playing,
you.
and I was like, I need to know everything about this. I was like bothering them.
Like a red card on top of the deck. I'm not sure what red card though.
We're games, and I'm like, this is so
I
boring. I just want to play
will pass
Magic.
turn.
Yeah. Fuck Monopoly. I mean, everything. Like kids are
Turn
playing
back.
basketball.
The timing of some of the brainstorms, like brainstorm on upkeep and stuff like that, I'm feeling unsure about the reasoning for that. But now Kaplan ahead as far as having threats on the board. This Insectile Aberration that flipped over and is starting to swing away.
Mid-30s.
Yep.
Some high school friends messaged me recently. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Good.
you want to come to our high school?
Upkeep brainstorm is more tempo.
Your turn. My next spell's uncounterable. And I will Red Elemental Blast the Delver Secrets, or the Docent of untap, upkeep, draw.
Okay, Red Elemental Blast blew up the Insectile Aberration. There's a DRC though on Kaplan's side though. Plays a Trop, passes the turn. Counterbalance.
Stack. I will cast Petty Theft,
Yeah,
targeting
This is from about 10 years ago. They were building some new homes there that were like green or whatever. And I was
I'm
Yeah.
gonna Pyroblast second trigger.
Dave, good games.
But I felt
I'm
like
tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. We got a little more if you want.
No, I could have made it uncounterable, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like, it's not worth it. I'm super tired. I gotta take my dog out to pee.
Okay, he's got to take the dog out to pee, scooping it up. That's the first time I've heard that on stream, I think. We're just scooping it up. There was a little bit more game to play, but Adam is done. GG's. All right, Adam is tired, had to take the dog out, and that concludes the match. All right, that might explain some of the strange energy towards the end. The dog had too much tempo, yeah. All right, on the left side of your screen, joining us again is Adria on Storm. On the right, we have Dave Kaplan once again on Izzet Cutter. Dave, would you just stay on one side of the table, please?
I'm gonna.
These people. Stay in your assigned seat. Kiviak has arrived. Players appear to be ready to go. Vault of Whispers. The black artifact land from original Mirrodin. Brings back some good memories of a standard format that I played a lot of Affinity. Disciple of the Vault, Arcbound Ravager. Who's with me?
As well.
Green.
Elvish Spirit Guide pitch to make a green. Uh-oh. Cabal Ritual. Obviously, there's no graveyard.
Okay.
3 black. One red.
Simian Spirit Guide. Beseech the Mirror.
This is probably
Is the bargain
advisable
part of
on
the
keys.
cost?
British.
Alright. We'll start her off.
As you cast it, so you have to choose.
I will bargain.
I will fetch.
Checking
Sure.
Okay, Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing Vault of Whispers. Chartwin, thank you for the sub with Prime. 56 months for Chartwin. Been with us a long time. Hello, Chartwin.
Team.
There's Necro Dominance. Side Norna called it. Is Kaplan in trouble?
From your perspective or my perspective?
So, I'm going to end step. I'm going to pay 19 life.
Yep.
Let's see.
All right, end step, we're going to pay 19 life for Necro Dominance. This card is nutty.
I'll just stick to DRC.
Okay.
You want me to write down?
No, I can play
You
it.
might brainstorm though. I'll just write it.
Oh, good call.
Draw 19.
Place,
Ponder, brainstorm.
Yeah, Twitch chat mentioning Born Upon a Wind could allow for a flash kill here.
Play Wasteland?
Yep.
Waste your underground sea.
Yep.
Last turn.
LT says Eternal Weekend news came out last night. Prize is the Tendrils, and it's beautiful. There it is, folks. Reviews are in.
Waste. Last turn.
When is Wizards going to admit that the storm mechanic was a mistake?
I'll fetch basic swamp.
Yeah. Nice. Well,
I'm going to
Secret
summon
Magic
our
Barriers
Pact.
changed.
Okay, Summoner's Pack getting fired off here.
Teaching Elvish.
14.
Okay, Summoner's Pack looks for and finds an Elvish Spirit Guide. Basically, Summoner's Pack functions as a mana card in this deck, for the most part.
I will Summoner's Pact again.
Yeah, if you have multiple, you can just do them all at the same time.
Yeah, just go. I have to count the number of
Sure.
Drop.
spirits. Take them all.
Play Misty Rainforest. Ooh. Fetch.
Okay, the shuffling and cutting happening is interesting. So 2 Elvish Spirit Guides were found. They're both getting pitched. Seems like we're trying to figure this out. Can be a little tricky to make moves with a very large hand. Storm is 5 or something right now? Manamorphose. That's going to resolve.
Probably. Cool. And I'll draw your
2 blue. Sure. Draw card.
Yep. Draw.
Okay, 2 blue, draw a card.
Bobble. Yep, bubble you.
Summoner's Pact again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the claws on Necro Dominance might be missed here.
Yeah, 2 cards.
So 2 blue.
Big. Blown.
1 red.
It's just a
I will try to cast Malakut.
turn to force. Pitch your tag. Force pitch.
Sure.
Raise up. I take 1, you take 1. Yep, you get the that's good. Last turn.
Okay, this is Valakut Awakening happening here.
Combat. Yep. Attack for 4. At 9. Cast Dragon's Rage. Yep. Last turn. Oh, 2 minutes left. Yep. Yeah, this deck has this kind
I guess any cards in hand that are worthless are getting put on the bottom of the library. This deck is nutty. We don't see decks like this on stream very often, but they're out there in the Legacy Wild, and if you're sitting in Kaplan's seat right now, you better know what the heck is coming. If you have counter magic, that is. Like if Kaplan's holding Force of Will plus blue card right now, he better know which card should be countered. There's a chance Kaplan doesn't have it. We don't know.
Yep. Damn, I should have switched on
But we're getting kind of deep into this turn. One Komoda, thank you for the resub Prime. 2 months. Looking forward to EW. Okay, some people in the chat don't have every magic card memorized, which is interesting. Mr. Rip says he would have countered the Necro, would he not? Well, the Necro was found with the Beseech, and there's a chance Kaplan did not see that coming. There's a chance. I don't know.
Makes sense, right? Yeah. The deck's pretty good on the play. I've heard that.
Maybe Kaplan thought whatever was going to be found with Beseech could be handled. I don't know.
I'm gonna sack Lotus.
Sacking a Petal. Yeah, I'm kind of with Toleric here. Sometimes it fizzles. You got to let it play out. It's a Dark Ritual getting fired off right now. I think we're well above Storm count that we need, right? I think I've lost track. I don't know if Dave has Force of Will. We didn't see that somehow, did we?
Green and 1 black for mana morphos. Adding 2 combination, I add like 1 black, 1 blue. I draw a card.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like there's 1 black mana, 3 blue mana. Born Upon the Wind.
Sure.
So I draw a card.
Maybe Kaplan's 4 Mindbreak traps will come in handy here. I'm just kidding. Harry Houdini, thank you for the resub. 34 months. This community is awesome. Happy to be a part of it. We're happy you're here with us, Harry. That's a Cabal Ritual. Cabal Ritual. I think the graveyard count being wrong right now is mattering, but the players are proceeding. Tendrils.
Yeah.
All right. Andrea takes game 1. Took some time, some solitaring. It's games like that that I think of when people start talking about Nadu and it's like toxic gameplay or whatever. Like, I think Kaplan was falling asleep there. But that's just me. All right, moving on to game 2. Kaplan will be on the play. Now knows what he's up against. and may be prepared. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the turn.
Some mulligans are happening here.
3 cards?
Yep.
Alright, good on 5?
Yeah, 5 cards.
Okay, I guess 5 cards each. I think. Misty Rainforest, correct?
I'm gonna combat. Yeah, yeah.
Drags me channel.
Yep.
Sure. Trigger.
And then the complaints about Nadu again will be about like, yeah, but it's not deterministic kill or whatever. But then, like, this deck has the fail rate. We were talking about it before. And we were talking about earlier on today's stream why Legacy is not a pro circuit format. These are factors, not just reserve list. If Adria's deck was tier 1 and you played against it all the time, I don't think people would like it. But we're enjoying seeing it try to do its thing here. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Alright, trying to beseech the mirror again. Beseech will bargain away the vault. Taller Eric says this deck is totally fine because it has real lands. Oops is an abomination because it plays no lands. You know what, Eric? You're right. Force pitching Hydroblast, countering the Beseech. Pact of Negation. Uh-oh.
Like the correct quote-unquote like response or whatever, but like I don't know. I think it could take over a game, but I mean running it straight in the days of me, but I feel like we gotta.
So maybe Beseech is resolving here? Beseech is resolving. Finds Necro Dominance again.
Cast Necro.
Barrel
I have
That's pretty
still
good.
have 1 black.
Comes around here. You saw Doomsday.
I've
Cast
seen
Necro Dominance.
He's been running this type of Doomsday deck with like
Main
dark
deck
wood.
with?
Yeah.
End step, I'm paying 19 life.
It's like one of the weaknesses of Doomsday, right? Especially for
Okay, end step, paying 19 life once again. Gonna draw 19 cards off Necro Dominance. If Kaplan untaps, maybe we'll see Lightning Bolt. Dextro, thank you for the resub. 27 months. Wow.
general trend is
You can also have like a tech tap turn where you like Doomsday, the turn after casting a barrel with an attack and your whole library and just kill them.
oh that's really cool.
Sinorna pointing out the difference that when Nadu fails, the game continues and then goes off again. That's true, but I'm just talking about like the gameplay we're experiencing while it's happening is just not the best.
Oh, I mean, it's quirky, but I bet you feel really cool. Yeah, the dance here, you know.
So Storm.
They're both bad, basically, as far as I'm concerned.
1, 2, 3, 4.
First one.
Force of Will. 6.
Good luck.
You as well.
You had Beseech.
But I did ask Kaplan how that game 1 felt. Like between games off, we don't get to see it on stream. But I asked the players, "How are you feeling right now?" And Dave said that game 1 was exhilarating.
Scully time? Yep, correct. 19.
Yeah, it could be worse. We could be watching a tempo mirror. That's true.
It's yours.
Okay.
All right, Necro Dominance, I guess, was a swing and a miss. Dave takes game 2.
I don't like because it's like not the most playable deck because zero interaction.
Yeah.
But
Moving on to game 3.
traveling with all the duels and some kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't pretty sure I could manage to come
Where are you visiting from?
from Barcelona.
Nice.
I'll push them through.
that.
All right, one card on the bottom. We are ready to go. Dave on the draw this time, which matters quite a bit. Let's see what happens here. Needless to say, the Storm deck can go off really quickly. Vault of Whispers pass. Okay. I didn't expect that. Misty Rainforest, Mishra's Bauble. Take a look at the top of my own deck. And shuffle it away.
DRC. Delirious? Yep.
Yeah, the pink pointing out the Storm deck needs Metamorphose and Born Upon the Wind to kind of function after the Necro Dominance. At least most of the time. Or all the time? I don't know.
Sorcery.
A true statement. Passing the turn. Passing the turn. Kaplan gets another turn. No big plays from the Storm side yet. Wasteland, that could be valuable here.
Sure.
And
So
then,
it takes 1 life?
yep, we go to 4.
Yeah.
Kaplan passes.
Oh.
Another vault. What does that mean? Just passes the turn. Could Kaplan be... Sorry, could Adria be holding all non-land cards and need more mana? And that Wasteland was pretty huge at stopping the game plan? Brainstorm happening here.
I just threw the Argoids.
Oh, got it. I wasn't sure whether you full juice or not.
No, I gotta keep a little bit in.
Yeah.
Actually, I kept it all in against you.
2 subs away from our sub goal. Remember that you could sub for free with Amazon Prime over on our Twitch channel. Unlock everything on our Discord. 90s MTG membership for free with Amazon Prime. Not bad.
Well, you should leave them in against Reanimator, but against
Mr. Rainforest digs up a Volk. No threats on the board yet. Kaplan probably wants one. And there's one. There's a Delver.
In game 2, I just thought Tamio is what I was thinking.
oh, you definitely want to.
6 cards in hand for Kaplan.
Definitely want to.
Sure.
Just passing the turn again. Hydroblast revealed. Hydroblast could counter Metamorphose. It could counter Valakut Awakening. Were there only other red cards we saw?
Yeah, this stupid card. I don't know what's good enough.
Ignoring Simian Spirit Guide.
I feel like I'd rather just have like a shoot the show. I don't know.
Which was what everyone was doing, right?
Yeah, for a
It's cool
while.
though. It's spicy, you know?
It is.
So now we know Kaplan's holding the Hydroblast. That'll have to be considered with any decisions over on the Storm side.
Probably later.
Yep, you could Hydroblast your own land for a cutter trigger. That's true.
I didn't really have the budget to.
Haven't seen the cutters yet in this match, have we? Nope.
Yeah.
Both game in 1 and 2 didn't get that far. Lotus Petal.
I can still consider my deck.
2 Spirit Guides, red and green. Metamorphose. Okay, there's a red spell. Kaplan has acknowledged it. Says it resolves. 2 blue mana gets made.
Temple back up, right?
Well,
It's kind of reversed now, or?
yeah, I mean,
It depends like how far back you're talking, obviously, but like.
Fair enough.
Arduria's in the chat saying I need Manamorphose and Born Upon the Wind, or at least Velicut to refill the hand. Necrodominance getting cast here. Looks like. Oh, okay. So I guess the Manamorphose being black mana. So 3 black mana, Necrodominance. I thought it was blue. Maybe I misheard.
I have to pay for my shoes.
Clearly blue wouldn't work here, so my bad. Force of Negation, pitching Brazen Borrower, trying to stop Necrodominance. Delusional Crowd has showed up. Since the Storm mechanic, immediately tuned in.
The Pact Resolve.
Pact of Negation resolves. Force of Negation is countered. Seems like Necrodominance will still be on the stack. Storm count is going up. Force of Will on the Necrodominance. Trying to stop it again. This is a key card to go after on the stack, for sure. We were talking about that earlier.
Pitch of Days.
Pitching a Daze, trying to counter Necrodominance.
Really? Yeah. Oh.
You got it.
Okay, Necrodominance is countered.
Good games.
That is the match. Kaplan gets the match. GG's. Needed the double force there, I guess, as the camera gets moved. GG's. Well played. Kaplan got it.
You as well. I'll try it.
Sounds like Adam is on the play with Reanimator. Bobby with Golgari on the draw.
I'll put you on the ground seat.
Both players kept 7. Turn 1 Ponder.
Go.
Bobby rocking a Grand Prix Manila tee. Bobby was there. So he says. I mean, maybe he lied. I don't know. Probably got the shirt on eBay. You can't trust these Magic players, Chad. You can't trust them.
You can go.
All right. Passing after the Ponder. It's likely both players knew what they were up against here, but maybe not. Mortuary, Surveil. Leaves it on top, it seems.
Go.
Nope. Dumped it to the yard. Spoils of the vault.
Want anyone before with it?
Yeah.
Nice. What card is that? Spoils of the Vault. Got it.
I've had a couple of turn ones.
All right. Bobby warning everyone. I've had a couple of turn 1s. Scary. Ponder. Turn 1 what, chat? Turn 1 what?
I'll shuffle.
I mean, they're all bombs.
Ponder shuffle for Adam. Adam scared. Twitch chat scared. What is Bobby up to? Bobby's warning us.
Even if it's not the easiest combo to pull out.
I'll waste.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, Wasteland on the Mortuary. Sorry about the notification sound. That's on me. Marsh Flats pass.
I'll brainstorm. Sure.
Sounds like a lot of laughing in the background at the LGS, right? Like, what's going on back there? Are people playing Candyland or something?
Continue for one.
It's probably flesh and blood.
Pass the turn. Fetch.
You cannot be defused. It says it can't be defused. So all of you guys have been. Wait, then I'm gonna play that way.
Okay, stop.
No one is defused. Yeah, no one is. It's just been on top of the entire time.
Okay, Adam has announced a Thoughtseize. The hand gets revealed. Witherbloom Apprentice, Sedgemoor Witch, maybe another Spoils of the Vault, Emperor of Bones, Marsh Flats, Second Apprentice.
I'm gonna keep it reviewed.
I appreciate it. And 2 lands. Wow. Guess I'll take the Emperor of Bones.
Emperor of Bones deleted from the hand.
Go.
So, Bobby with a scary hand. 2 Witherbloom Apprentice, Sedgemoor Witch, Spoils of the Vault, and enough mana to do some scary things. Bobby was bragging earlier that I get some turn 1s with this deck. We're beginning to see why. Played against Bobby a bunch over the last couple of months. Bobby playing this deck. This deck is scary.
And you're still. I can't believe you guys didn't rob. We robbed it correctly.
Just steals wins out of nowhere.
I'll play a Witherbloom Apprentice.
You got it.
Witherbloom Apprentice has hit the stack, and it sounds like it resolves.
I'll reanimate your Emperor.
Sure.
Take 2.
Okay, reanimating the Emperor of Bones. Something. Tameo.
I'll exile your spoils.
Lord pointing out Bobby with the Fire GP Vanilla shirt. Yeah, Bobby with some drip here. Who are the best dressed players on 90s MTG anyway? Who has the most drip, chat?
I'll play a Stalactite Stalker.
Yep.
So 5 and then 3 triggers.
That's Stalactite Stalker. Card that was hot in Legacy for a while when it was new. Phil. Herman, true. Yeah, Herman's always rocking a tie, right? Yeah, maybe Herman wins. All right, looks like Twitch chat has chosen Herman as the best dressed.
Plus.
Yep.
And I believe I'm moving into this card's
Just a reminder. I'll play
A vote for Audrey.
another Witherbloom Apprentice.
Yeah, another Witherbloom Apprentice comes in.
Then I'll pass the turn to you. End step.
All right, Twitch chat asking for fit checks now. Maybe we'll add that to our experience.
Well, go to combat.
Sure. Trigger.
Yeah, I'll exile. They're all lands. I'll take whatever. The mortuary, yeah.
All right, Emperor of Bones does its thing. Not super relevant at the moment. Tameo attacks, makes a clue.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2.
Not going to block the Emperor of Bones. It can adapt. Here's Murktide. Oh, boy.
Full blown.
Sure.
8-8 Murktide, folks. Bobby holding the Spoils of the Vault.
3 cards.
Holding the Sedgemoor Witch.
3.
2 Witherbloom Apprentices in play.
I'll crack the petal. I'll play spoils. Trigger. You lose 2. I gain 2.
Okay, Spoils of the Vault, triggering the Magecraft.
Full name Chain of Smog.
So you exile.
Naming Chain of Smog.
So
Or just go for it.
I'm gonna name a card and we're gonna reveal until I name it. Then I lose like equal to what
Got
I
it.
name.
So not the Demonic Constitution.
1. There we go. So I lose 1 life.
Yep.
Okay, it was the second card from the top. Chain of Smog is now in hand.
-2.
Adam tapped out. Is there a better time? I honestly don't know. I guess it depends what Bobby drew. If Bobby drew something, I don't know what it could be, but I don't know.
I'll move to combat first.
Sure.
Moving to combat. What does that do? And the Stalker has Menace.
I'll cast a Chain of Smog trigger, targeting myself.
Chain of Smog, targeting myself. Force pitching Atraxa, so we're going to drain for 4. Or 2, actually. We're draining for 2, sorry. Draining for 2.
Yeah, I drew.
Were there some clues with body language there? Swinging out. Adam's life total is kind of low, so an apprentice will die in combat. Adam drops to 5.
Your turn. Descend.
Descends the Stalker. Adam does have to be careful with his life total here. Sedgemoor Witch and 1 unknown card in Bobby's hand. Adam's at 5. Silent Stalker has Menace.
Can't kill it when it happens.
Bobby's safe for now from the 8/8 Murktide. Emperor of Bones, Tamio.
My mulligans were not great.
You also have 2 more. Did you roll a 5 or 6?
I have 5.
I'll move to combat.
Sure.
I'll
I
exile your
did-
apprentice.
Okay, the apprentice gets exiled by the Emperor of Bones.
Too slow.
I was also on the plan too.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely attacking with that.
Good choice.
Okay, it looks like Murktide is definitely attacking. The rest of the crew, we're not sure.
Okay.
I
Good.
will keep
Take
this
it.
one.
I'm at 10.
Yep.
Okay, attack with Murktide, pass the turn. 2 mana open for Adam. Bobby draws a card for turn.
Fetch for a basic island and it's past 2,000 face.
I think we're starting to see why I was saying this deck that Bobby is playing is scary. there's things he could draw that just win the game here.
With that, I'll pass.
This is going to be tight. Bobby's at 10, though. This might be the final turn of the game, one way or another. For Bobby. Potentially.
Yep, no boss.
All right, borderline slow play here. I have to make a play. This is casual. Stalactite Stalker has 2+1 counters on it. Witherbloom. One of them is gone. Still one on the board. Trying to figure out how to win here.
Thoughts?
Sedgemoor Witch in hand. 2 cards in hand for Adam.
17.
Out of combat, just swinging with the Stalker. It's a 3/3 with Menace.
We'll play Bowmaster. 4 blocks.
Bowmaster. It's pretty nasty. Cygnus says, longtime enjoyer of the YouTube VODs, just catching my first stream. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Glad you're enjoying on YouTube. Sounds like a double block with Bowmaster and the Orc Army. Stalker will survive. Oh, actually, I forgot about the ping. So it doesn't survive. Sorry, it trades because it gets pinged by the Bowmaster on the way in. It was a 3/3. Makes sense.
I'll hit you at 1,000 bases in shadows.
Doing it again.
Play land and all that.
Trigger.
Spoils of the Vault. Trigger the Apprentice.
Genie Smog from 11 life.
Alright, let's see if it kills you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Chain of Smog has been named.
It should be it.
And that is game 1 going to Adam. Did not find Chain of Smog in the top 10 cards of the deck. It was way down. All right, moving on to game 2.
Thank you for these. Yeah, makes sense. On your end.
There were some Nethergoyfs in there.
Soon you'll take the play. How do you reset?
Players trying to reset the counters. All right, getting ready for game 2.
Tester.
Bobby will be on the play. Bobby was talking about during game 1 how we get some turn 1 wins with this deck. Maybe some folks in the chat will be hoping to see it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, moving down to a second mulligan here. Mulligan to 5.
That's okay.
Does your deck mulligan well?
Well, I mean,
It's not a blue deck, so I feel
Yeah.
like it's tough.
a bit, but at the same time, if you can, I mean, I've won off a mulligan before on camera, so
Nice.
it happens. It happens.
It's good though.
My hand's
Yeah, I think Bobby's hand can mulligan down a few times and still win the game very quickly. Duck Ritual decks can do that. Not the kind of deck where you say, my hand has lands and spells I'll keep. You want
To be fair though,
to do some
I
comboing.
feel like if you signed up to play bullshit combo, you do.
I don't think that deck's bullshit.
No, I mean like bullshit
Whoa.
unfair. Like unfair combo. I feel like it's kind of what you signed up for, right?
True.
Yeah, sure.
Some decks more than others. Your decks can be mid-rangey though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it. You're on the play.
I'll be on this. Okay.
All right, Bobby in the middle of this mulligan to 5, it seems. Adam has kept 7. And we are ready to go. Marsh Flats. Cracking it.
Like yeah, going back. I think if you're playing like
Snow Swamp.
deck, you should be prepared to like mulligan aggressively.
Aggressively? Yeah, alright.
It's good. I will.
Alrighty.
Play a battle. And I'll thought seize you.
Thoughtseize, okay. It's going to resolve.
All 1 mana spells.
Entomb, Tameo, Ponder, Thoughtseize, Reanimate, Fatal Push. Pretty good hand.
Who's got more threat?
And an Underground Sea.
He's pretty good.
So, you could go for Entomb. That's like the combo card, enabler, or whatever. Bobby also might want to protect the hand for the following turn to try to win the game, so might go after Thoughtseize. Might go after Fatal Push. Reanimate. Okay, well, I didn't expect that one. I thought that was lower ranked, but Reanimate is taken. Nethergoyf pass. Okay.
She's pretty massive for 30.
One card.
One card.
I'm gonna fit.
It's a 3-power Nethergoyf already. Ponder for Adam. Didn't go for Thoughtseize. Passes the turn. Will Adam get punished for not Thoughtseizing? I guess there's only one card left in Bobby's hand there. 2 cards now. Another Nethergoyf. Okay. I mean, this is a fast clock. 6 power on the board. Thought sees you. Dark Ritual is taken. Okay. Adam might run out of time quickly in this game. Nethergoyf with 3 power at the moment.
This one is
Well, 4 power at the moment. So 8 power on the board.
the first of a kind of full arts.
Draw. Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah, the Reanimate looking like a good choice after all. It's working out so far.
Do I actually
To combat.
I think I do.
We'll fetch underground, see him push one.
Alright.
And I'll take 4.
Yep, half the Fatal Push there. And take 4, drop to 10.
It's your turn.
All right, Bobby just passes it back. No further moves. 5 power now on the Nethergoyf. So 2-turn clock.
Yeah. State-based actions.
Yes.
Tameo, Entomb, known cards in hand. Play Tameo. Tameo could end up being a chump blocker at some point, potentially. Or flip into a Planeswalker, get back Fatal Push. Or both. Thoughtseize you. This could be interesting.
Trigger.
If we have a Brainstorm in hand now. Okay, Force Pitching Ponder. Thoughtseize is countered. Adam drops to 8. Attack with the Nethergoyf. Chump with the Tameo. Brainstorm. Well, that's what I was saying. Could be both. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's very engaging. It's very like
Could also Entomb on upkeep here and shuffle. That was pretty bad news for Bobby, I think.
And it's your go.
So the Nethergoyf was blocked. Tameo flipped into a Planeswalker. Now it will plus up to 4.
that's fine.
Casting Entomb.
Sure.
Okay, Entombing. Puts a Traxa into the graveyard. Sounds like a Reanimate is happening because the life counter's got it updated. Yep, Atraxa is hitting the board, and Adam might have this one. It seems.
Yep. I doesn't worry about Bowmaster either.
Found Force of Negation, Force of Will.
Okay, I see.
Undercity Sewers, Entomb, Tameo, Murktide, Wasteland, Brazenbower. There are some good things to take right here. So I think probably Force of Will. Yeah, Entomb is also an instant. Force of Will be taken here. Most likely a Petty Theft would be my guess. Oh, true. Force of Negation at 1 life. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
All right, Murktide's taken. Underground Sea, Force of Negation. All right. Makes sense. So now with Tamio on the board and Atraxa on the board, Adam in a pretty good position. Has Force of Negation in hand. Sounds like a scoop. Adam takes the match. GG's. GG's, chat. Dominic on the left with Demir, and on the right we have Doomsday. That would be Zach. Players are getting ready to go. Should be a good one. The last couple of years, we've had some new faces. Well, their faces are new to me. Their names are new to you. Join our community and start appearing on stream. And Zach's a player I'm excited to see going into the future playing on stream with us. Somewhat new to our community and playing really tight, playing really well. It's been a pleasure to watch on stream and pleasure to play against. So this is a player to watch if you're looking to up your game, like many of the players that play on this channel, Dominic included. Zach's going to start getting some 90s MTG fandom, I expect. So here's a turn 1 Dark Ritual. Doomsday.
Resolve?
Yeah.
It's going to resolve.
Give me just a couple minutes in the blind.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
gonna
li-
just start peeping my sideboard.
it's a little harder in the blind.
All right, it's a little harder in the blind, says the Doomsday player. Zach is just being honest. Dominic's already looking at the sideboard. Lord says, I love Zach's Doomsday list. Yeah, Zach's Doomsday list was posted on our Discord recently. I think it's pinned to the Decklist channel right now. Yeah, Harry seems... Harry says Dominic seems thrilled that it's resolving. Crinky calling for playmat bans. Good old Dark Ritual Doomsday. The best format, everybody. That's why we're here. Don't forget. I actually, there's a bunch of bits on this channel where I make up stories about stuff, but this is a true story. I explained to someone that barely knows how to play Magic a couple years back how the Doomsday deck works, and they hated the whole thing. They were like, that sounds horrible.
I was playing against someone in Vintage, and he had his Doomsdays altered to be 4 different images of MF Doom.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really...
All right, this is Casual Oriel. Competitive, I'm already taking out the...
I'm going to make one change and then I'll pass it back to you. Sure.
What do you call that thing? The little timer with sand? Hourglass. Couldn't think of it.
Is that your hand?
That's my hand. This is the pile. Sure. Yeah. So
Dominic is prepared for all of it. Gonna take a look through the extra cards here.
this is also in there.
Under... Oh, for various lines, yeah. Tamia... Okay, so this is like... Tempo...
Yeah, we were talking about earlier on today's stream, the Nadu, the Storm mechanic, whatever, Doomsday, does it create great gameplay for the other players sitting down for the game? These are real questions.
Yep. You're all good.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Okay, it sounds like we've selected the pile. Thinking about ordering it. There is a pile. Pass the turn. Dominic should untap Dark Ritual Doomsday.
19... I'm gonna Thought Seize you.
Thoughtseize, not bad. Barrogoyf, Bowmaster, Force of Will, Flooded Strand.
guess I'm taking the Force.
Yeah.
Okay, Force of Will selected.
Sega? Oh, you didn't have Force back. That's interesting.
Lay out the strand. Pass to you.
Flooded Strand, pass. 4 cards left in the library for Zach. A Wasteland from Dominic here. Well,
Waste.
Wasteland.
In response, I'll float a blue.
Move to second main.
Attempt to brainstorm with the blue floating.
Sure.
Okay, Brainstorm with a blue floating. 1 card in the library as the Brainstorm is resolving, so there'll be 3. One of them we assume will be a card that Flooded Strand can fetch. Seems that way.
Sega. Tap up to you.
All right, just drawing a card now. Is Zach 2 cards left in the library? Dominic with 1 mana open. Pass the turn back to Dominic.
Ponder.
Ponder resolving here. 2 cards left for Zach.
I'm sorry, do you mind if I look at your reveal cards one more time?
It's all open.
Thank you.
After Doomsday resolves, the plan is to win with Thassa's Oracle. I don't think Dom's going to have a main deck consign. That would be pretty nasty, though. Seems like Dom's happy with the cards that were on top of the deck. Takes 1. Plays a Polluted Delta. Passes the turn.
Tap up people's draw.
Fetching. Putting the last card in the deck in play. It's a basic island. Plays Cavern. Thassa's Oracle. Can't be countered.
You got it. Yeah, I went for it with 1 more. I had...
Yeah, I was playing around the Fatal Push.
I had a Wasteland on top. I'm wondering, does it matter if I waste? If I instead waste, what is it? You just fetch there, and then you would have. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I don't think Wasteland does anything there. Dominic trying to figure that out, but looked like Zach had that one. Moving on to game 2, Dominic will be on the play. There are tools in this Dimir deck for sure to beat the Doomsday deck. We saw Thoughtseize. There's obviously Counter Magic, Wasteland, Consign to Memory is a potential card that could come in. It's going to be tougher for Zach here in game 2 and if we have a game 3.
I'll keep it.
Surveil.
Yep.
Lord giving us potentially a preview. Now we get to see Zach's other deck. We did see a Barraglyph in hand there in game 1. Zach's deck does kind of play like a tempo deck some of the time. We don't necessarily have a deck built to go all in on Doomsday. It's Doomsday or nothing. This deck has Barraglyphs and Tamios, stuff like that.
Okay.
So there are other ways to win. There's Tamio.
Lotus Petal. Sure. I'll pass it to you.
And a Lotus Petal, then a pass. Tamio on both sides of the field. Flavor fail. How can there be 2 Tamios?
With the fetch on the stack.
I'm gonna stifle.
Try to push your Tamio.
Oh, sure.
Tight. With the fetch on the stack, Fatal Push Tamio. Can't save it with a Brainstorm. I like that play.
Ponder?
Yep.
So one Tameo is down, the other still remains. Spluax says Legacy is so beautiful to watch. I'm very bad playing it. You know what? We're all learning at different speeds, at different levels. You do your thing. Have fun out there.
Say go.
Swing Meyer. Swing the Tenio.
Tameo will attack. No damage comes through, but we make a clue.
Pass team.
Bloodstained Mire on Zach's side and Misty Rainforest for Dom. No further plays. Cracking that Bloodstained Mire now. Probably going to Surveil. Oh no, just getting a basic swamp. Fair enough. Yeah, we could see the clue get cracked. We could see Bowmaster. Bowmaster on the stack.
Sure.
Ping you.
All right, this is on Dom's end step. Bowmaster resolves, pings. Bowmaster, your Bowmaster, says Dom. Bowmaster down. Dom with a red sleeve as an Orc Army token. Yikes.
I'll attempt to unearth, targeting the Bowmaster.
Unearth my Bowmaster. Force pitching Tameo. Unearth. And deck with Barrow Waves and Tameos and Bowmasters. And of course, Thassa's Oracle. Unearth pretty good.
Yeah.
Also cycles.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
No, I surveilled that. I'm
surveilled
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
You surveilled that. Okay. Okay, so
Okay, players in agreement on life totals. I think I agree. Tameo attacks. Makes another clue.
Ponder. Sure.
Okay, Ponder here. We're likely going to see another Bowmaster trigger. Might take out the Orc Army. Might. LT says these creature Doomsday decks are cool. I agree. I was saying as we were getting started, can't remember now if it'll make the YouTube edit, but Zach's a player to watch. Plays some cool decks. Plays really tight. Consistently doing well at our local events. Orc Army dies. Looks like a fancy foil Orc Army. Kind of a funny thing when tokens sit in the graveyard. Wasteland on the sewers. It dies. Still the token in the graveyard.
Full tempo. Hell yeah, brother.
That's not in there.
All right, it's been fixed. Dominic filling the tempo.
Fetch.
Misty Rainforest gets cracked here by Dom. So we're getting deep into this game too, and it's possible Dominic's asking himself, is Doomsday still even in this deck?
Kaito.
I'm gonna Kaito bouncing the token back.
Okay, so I'll take 4.
All right, Kaito, Bane of Nightmares just got Ninjutsu Dan, Orc Army out.
Will 0 Kaito.
Yep.
Kaito has made its impact on Legacy for sure. It's probably consistently thought of as the top planeswalker in this format right now. Comet and Minsk and Boo in shambles. Bring back Minsk and Boo, chat. Come on. Undercity Sewer, Surveil. Dumps a Dark Ritual. Lord hoping to see Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, I think that card is cooked at this point.
Combat. Swing.
Attacking for 4.
Block the Bowmaster.
Okay.
Take 3 from Kaito.
Okay. Kaito gets through. Bowmaster blocked. Gonna 0 Kaito again.
I will put that in the yard. Draw.
Okay, bend another Goyf. It could escape.
11. Cards in hand.
2.
One, two.
All right, another Goyf escaping here. Gotta exile Delirium to escape it. 2 power, another Goyf right now. So added to the team. Dominic looking good here in game 2. Crinky wants to plug Monroe Propaganda. They are a real one. Yeah, Propaganda and Monroe have been in the 90s MTG community for a very long time. Hanging out with us on stream. Played on stream with us a bunch back in the early days. Shout out to Monroe. If you're looking for deals on duels and stuff like that, make sure you're in our Discord server and check out the Marketplace channel.
Go for Tamio.
Okay.
Tamio up to 4 loyalty now. Bowmaster has that 2/2 Orc Army friend once again, represented by the red sleeve. Kaito sticking around. Nethergoyf sticking around. Still at 2 power for the Nethergoyf. Tamio's plus ability is on right now.
Tanner's at 4. So he's out 1, 2.
Zach's at 9 life, so we can't, even with Tamio, we can't survive that many more attacks from this team. And the Bowmaster's a pain in the butt, of course.
I'm going to 0 Kaito.
Pre-combat, Zeit zeroing Kaito. Just going to surveil here, maybe try to grow the Nethergoyf. This could be a really cool play.
That's very good.
Both get dumped. Fatal Push, Brainstorm. Didn't grow the Nethergoyf, though.
And I will swing all of these at Tamio. She's going to trigger, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
All right, going after Tamio, it turns out. Makes sense. Tamio down.
Say go.
So now Zach's in some trouble. Zach scoops it up. Dom takes game 2. Moving on to game 3.
I'm going to get flamed for using that as a token.
Yeah, you know what, Dom? You are. That was a terrible Orc Army token.
Wastelands.
Yeah, the 4 Wastelands have been popping up quite a bit, but yeah, I've had some.
Side Norna pointing out there is a magic card, MAGA Traitor to Mortals. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so tired.
I'll try this.
Okay, 1 card on the bottom for Dom. Zach on the play. Turn 1, Tamio. Pass the turn.
Attempt to push Tamio.
Yep.
Going after Tamio. Tamio down. So, we're on the edges of our seats here. Did Doomsday come back in the deck? Was it ever removed? Was it in for game 2, but now not for game 3? Very exciting stuff happening. Thoughtseize. Undercity Sewers, Underground Sea, Wasteland, Kaito, Baragoyf. Some powerful non-land cards for sure.
I mean, I'd rather
Which one is higher priority here? Might be Baragloif.
Get rid of the
The hymn
Kaito.
is
All right, fair enough. Takes Kaido.
Yeah, Goif, I think I can deal with
magic.
potential.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, here's a Ponder.
That. Just put back the back. Yep.
Okay.
Draw. Pass two.
Passes it back. Dominic lost the Kaito. Just drops to Underground Sea, passes the turn. Has Baragloif still in hand.
Delta. Pass two.
All right, pass it back and forth.
Cards again.
4.
Surveil.
Undercity Sewer, Surveil. Polluted Delta dumped in the trash, pass the turn.
Your turn. Time to flash in the Bowmaster.
Bowmaster.
Being you. Create the orc.
Play Kaito.
Bowmaster is in.
Completely sideboard into my deck. Guess we'll find out.
Untap. Keep. Off.
Dom's enjoying this game.
Delta.
We're on the verge of. We see a Lord of the Rings card on the table. We're on the verge of Final Fantasy. We know about Marvel. We know about Avatar. What IP that they have not yet done do they need to do for a Universes Beyond set, chat? Does anybody have any suggestions? As Dur Sushi resubs with Prime and wishes everyone a good evening. 3 months. Thank you. Cat's Deli. That's so specific.
Yeah.
Peppa Pig.
Still, depending on the timing, have indestructible. He's violent, but he's still
There's Doomsday. Immediately fires off force pitching Brazen Borrower.
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm in response to that. Dark Souls Elden Ring. Harvey Birdman? I don't even know what that is. Black Mirror. Nickelodeon.
Goes back. Storm resolves. Force resolves.
Okay, Forcible resolves. Doomsday is countered successfully. Well, Zach tried to break through with that Doomsday. Couldn't do it that time. There's the Baragloif we knew about.
Waste one of your C's.
Yep.
Okay, gonna Wasteland and Underground Sea. Pass the turn.
Sure.
Now Baragloif for Zach.
Planeswalker.
You have creature and
Sorcery
sorcery.
creature, so we're at 5 on the
Both Baragloifs have 5 power. Well, might be in a little bit of a standoff potentially. Zach has the Bowmaster advantage. Going after the Underground Sea with the Wasteland made sense, so we can't Doomsday again for a moment. Nethergoyf, not bad. Not going to break the stalemate, most likely. Both players will be looking for a removal spell here, I guess.
You have 2 cards. So what happens?
2 cards left in Zach's hand.
But it's still a planeswalker. It is still a planeswalker. Because it's no longer.
Just like,
Sure. So you see, it's no longer. On your turn, I think I'm going to quit. And on your opponent's turn, he's a ninja again. The problem is he's going to have his creature again.
LT wondering if giving Baragloif Death Touch was a quality of life thing after Wizards watched Goyf stare at each other for decades. Maybe. Maybe.
They don't make cards like they used to.
Put the orc in front of him.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna chump block with the Orc Army. Bargoyf will allow Dom to gain 5 life, it seems.
Yeah,
But it also doesn't change the power toughness, which also comes up a lot. And
Cards in hand?
Let's grow these Lurgoyfs with more battles, chat. Tell Wizards to make more battles.
Bowmasters.
I don't even know if Legacy players know what battles are. Here's a Bowmaster.
brainstorm.
Sure.
I have played that card in Legacy.
Harry with a statement here. I feel like Doomsday should just be Doomsday. Otherwise, it's a worse version of the opponent's deck. No. Well, sort of. I mean, there's an argument that going back and forth between Doomsday and kind of tempo makes the opponent's decisions a lot harder. Makes their sideboarding a lot harder. There's not as much certainty about what will be in the opponent's deck. You could get stuck with, consigned to memory and, I don't know, something like that stuck in hand and just get ran over by Barrow. In the matchups that are not the mirror, or close to a mirror, it matters a bit more.
Doomsday?
Sure.
Doomsday just hit the stack after the attack from Barrow. LT wondering about why play the Doomsday deck when you could just play the blue-black Reanimator. I think the Doomsday deck is potentially a lot faster by a turn or two.
When your thing died, no. That's not how that works.
These are great questions and points by the chat, though. Once again, if you missed that I mentioned it, Zach's deck is posted in our Discord server in the Decklist channel. Zach's been crushing at the locals with this Doomsday deck, though.
I feel like you must, otherwise why would you attack?
Yeah, the Doomsday deck is resilient to some of the graveyard hate that people are playing right now as well. Very true. The ley lines and the surgicals and the extirpates and the fairy macaques, they just don't really do anything to stop this deck. So we're in the middle of resolving a Doomsday. All right, Dom gets to look through the rest. Doomsday has finished resolving.
No.
Nope.
As long as I did this right,
Guess we'll find out in a moment.
we will indeed.
Okay, I mean, I have
you're
no cards in hand, so.
Edge of Autumn.
Yep.
Cyclone basic item.
Yep.
All right, we're doing it. Edge of Autumn.
Okay.
Brainstorm.
Shoot you 3 times.
Fighting through a Bowmaster here, casting a Brainstorm. Don't think Zach cares about it so far.
Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yep.
Lion's Eye Diamond.
Wraith holding priority.
You're gonna get shot again from Bowmasters, and you took the 3 from the first
Yep.
one, right? Okay.
Yep. Consider.
Okay.
Take another one.
Yep.
Fail.
Surveil Scalding Tarn into the graveyard with Consider. Thassa's Oracle.
Just to give me some more life
Yeah,
before
for
I
sure.
went down, yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Barrow gained the life that Zach needed to survive the Bowmaster triggers, and Zach takes the match. Really well played. GG's. That was a good one. 2 great players facing off. Brought up a lot of questions about Doomsday, and maybe some answers as well. GG's. Stick around for a raid, everybody. Final Fantasy, of course, coming soon. We are prepared for it. We will be ready to see some Final Fantasy cards on stream as soon as next week. I'll see everybody soon. Peace out.